What is going on, guys? It's TCM MarkyB here, and obviously you can see directly behind me I have the bracket for MLG. So going into MLG this weekend, this weekend coming, it's obviously a couple of days away, but I mean we're incredibly excited as a team. I mean, obviously going into an American event anyway is just very exciting. The prospects of traveling to America and going to all these amazing places like Anaheim and California as a whole to and you would have only got this opportunity through playing Call of Duty, which is incredible. I mean, I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't wait, as you'd expect. I love competing, and competing at the highest level against the best teams in the world is there's no better feeling. And really going into this event, I'm not going to be setting any expectations on the team. Not going to be adding in any like unnecessary pressure. I mean, if you look at recent events, MLG Columbus and Call of Duty Championships, European teams have had a really disappointing sort of final placement in the end. Both times, both teams placing ninth to 12th, which is completely unacceptable, to be honest, compared to just it just isn't what we should be achieving. I mean, I think we definitely underachieved both of those events, and I think we have something to prove now again. I think EU teams started getting a lot of recognition during Black Ops 2, and we've sort of lost that again. It's like we've had, off those two events, we've lost all our reputation, and we have something to build once again, and that's really, it's some motivation. It's really a bit of motivation for us, obviously, to prove a lot of people wrong, especially a lot of the American teams who may think that European teams don't deserve a spot in this bracket, as well as teams from all over, teams from even Europe doubt that European teams and players deserve a spot in this bracket. But from the amount of effort that ourselves and Epsilon have put in, I mean, we've scrimmed so much, we've practiced so much online, and that is against a very limited sort of pool of teams, and we've practiced as hard as we can. We put in hours and hours of practice on a daily basis against one another and against other teams, and really there's very limited competition there, and we're still motivated and still keeping ourselves sort of pumped and ready to go into this event. But really, the main focus for me is proving everyone wrong. I mean, the prize money is good, placements are good. I'm not, like I said, not setting any expectations on the team, on Europe, on Epsilon, nothing like that. I'm just going to say that we want to prove people wrong, whether that's win the tournament, whether that's come top 3, whatever. I just want people to be like, wow, EU can hang, and EU teams can compete with the best. And I think that's what I hope both of ourselves and Epsilon will do this coming weekend. I mean, I think Epsilon are an amazing team. I think ourselves are an amazing team. I think there couldn't have been two better teams going into this event. Like always, it's been us two that at the top since the very start of the game. We started off strong. They've sort of came in strong recently, and I think both teams really have something to prove. And usually going into these sort of events, you just want yourself to do good. And I don't know personally how Epsilon feel, but I am truly just wishing them the best. I really hope that they can come through and come strong for a European cause as well. I mean, previously at the likes of MLG Columbus or Call of Duty Championships, I wouldn't have really been arsed on where Epsilon placed, if I'm honest. Like, obviously I want them to do good, they're really good friends of mine, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world for myself. But at this event, I really, really, really feel passionately about Epsilon doing good. I mean, personally, I want them to do as good as they can. Obviously, then I've got to focus on ourselves, TCM. We are going to the event looking actually really good. I mean, we've been practicing a lot, going hard. We've improved massively since actually originally picking up PT, and we know what we need to do. That's the most important thing. I mean, before when we picked up PT and going into the likes of EGL, it was not, we didn't really expect much, and obviously we came close to winning, but we weren't really expecting ourselves to. It was we were so wanted to go into that event more so to see PT's tendencies and what really we sort of we saw we didn't need to go into our first event with PT being MLG Anaheim. I think going to EGL was a great experience for us, and it's really helped us sort of improve as a team. And like I said, we've moved leaps and bounds since picking up PT. Obviously, one of the most talented players in the game. I've spoken about this several times, but some of the tendencies that he had before joining us wasn't sort of things that you'd expect of a top level player, and he has the talent and the skill and the ability to be one of the best in the world, and we just sort of have fine tuned him a bit. So we've sort of improved him a lot. I feel like he's improved the other team a lot as well in terms of slaying. He really does sort of allow us to have a more of a free range of the map because he's got such a strong slaying ability and an ability to really make game-changing plays, which is what you really want in this game. I mean, this game's practically all slaying, I would say. People may disagree, people may agree. I mean, for the majority of maps anyway, there's obviously some maps where you give it a bit of objective work here and there, the likes of Octane, where you just need to be that dirty guy who jumps on the flag, constantly putting pressure on their flags, stuff like that. But obviously for the majority of maps, it's more of a rotation sort of style where no one really has a role, everyone has the same role, you just need to rotate into certain positions and fill up the gaps, and that's that's why I think we picked up PE, because he really does suit this game in terms of the slaying style of it. That's why I think our team is very successful in this game. That's why I think ourselves and Epsilon are the two best teams in Europe, really, because if you look at both our rosters, we're stacked with slaying talent. I mean, look at Epsilon, you've got Jurd, Swanee, Tommy, and Josh, who are all could slay across the board. Then you've got ourselves, who are the exact same. I mean, all the players in each team have been renowned for slaying in previous titles, and we've all came together in one team. There's no real standout objective players like there was in previous teams. Like Epsilon, you'd have Shane, their standout objective player. I mean, when you had our team before, you had Flux, the standout objective player as well. But this game suits a more sort of slaying play style. So I think with this sort of team composition that we have now, we're looking really good, and I'm really looking forward to MLG Anaheim. That's about it, guys. Really wanted to just go over it, but I'm going to quickly go over the bracket before I go. It's already been 6 minutes. I've basically been 7 minutes. Basically been chatting shit. So look at the bracket, guys. We come up against FaZe Red first, which is obviously a very tough matchup. I'm expecting a very tough game out of them. It's actually, funny enough, it's ourselves and Epsilon's identical bracket to MLG Columbus. I mean, we played FaZe Red first, and then if we won, we came up against Complexity, which is obviously now EG. And we've got the exact same bracket again in Epsilon. Maybe not the same sort of thing where they've got the same teams in order, but Epsilon have got TK, who they played first at MLG Columbus as well. Didn't have Envy at second though last time if they did win, but they didn't win. So I mean, we've basically got identical brackets, which is pretty crazy to think about. But I'm feeling confident going into that FaZe Red game. I think that we are looking good, and from what I've seen of that team on streams and stuff, I'm really confident going up against them. I think they're an amazing team. Don't get me wrong. I think our team composition and the way our team's sort of philosophy is of the game, I don't know. I think it slightly counters their team, but who knows? Who knows how they're going to play it land? They might pull up a freak strat. We might change it up as well. Like, really, anything can happen. They can't really look at our streams and predict anything. Really, it's hard to kind of... All you can really take from streams, I feel, is tendencies, and strategies are going to change. Teams are aware that you're watching their stream. Like, teams know that you could be anyway. They might not know you're 100% watching it, but they know that you could be, and they know that going into these events, teams are going to be scouting out their opposition, especially when the bracket's out. So I'm expecting some new strats from them. I'm not expecting the same as what you see from their scrims. Their breakoffs are going to be different. The use of certain classes are going to be different. We're just going to try and play the most consistent way possible, and hopefully beat them with our own talents. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I'm not, as you've noticed, I didn't really talk about any other game after FaZe. FaZe is the only match for me. One game at a time. No point in looking through the bracket, I don't feel. There's no point. Just one game at a time, guys. Take it one game at a time, and hopefully if things go good, we can win the event. Who knows? Let's see what happens, guys. Let's make this a good time in MLG Anaheim. I'll see y'all fucking later.